Right behind the guy, we followed each other all the way around.
Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Lincoln-Lancaster County Planning Commission, January 8th, 2025. A printed agenda is available outside the hearing room, and a copy of the full agenda, including the staff reports, are available online or at the Planning Department, room 213. The Open Meetings Act is posted just inside the doors at the back of the room. Out of courtesy for those attending this meeting, commissioners and the staff, cell phones may not be used in the chamber during any portion of this meeting. We appreciate your cooperation. Please note the Planning Commission action today is final on the following items. Special Permit 21049, which is Agenda Item 1.2, and 1.3, County Special Permit 24039. Any aggrieved person may appeal final action of the Planning Commission to the City Council or the County Board by filing a notice of appeal with the clerk within 14 days following the action of the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission action on all other items is a recommendation to the City Council or the County Board. The first item of business is the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held December 18th, 2024.
So moved to approve.
Second, Fight.
Campbell,
Yes.
Cruz,
Yes.
Ebert,
Abstain.
Edens,
Yes.
Fight,
Yes.
Ryman Yost.
Yes.
Minutes approved, 5-0.
I was counting, so
We will now proceed with today's agenda. The next item of business is the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda will be called at the same time and will not be scheduled for a separate public hearing unless there is a request from someone wishing to speak or at the request of a commission member. I will ask Shelley to read all the consent agenda items into the record once those items are read. She will ask if there is anyone wishing to speak. If you wish to speak on an item on the consent agenda, we would ask that you stand and state that item. That item will then be removed from the consent agenda and scheduled as a separate public hearing under Section 3 of today's agenda. All items remaining on the consent agenda will be voted upon in total with a motion for approval. Shelley, will you please call the items on the consent agenda?
Yes, item 1.1A, special permit 1020J to amend the existing exterior campus signage plan to allow temporary banner signs up to 500 square feet, not covering more than 30% of the architectural elevations for 1 year after installation on property generally located at Bryan West, 2300 South 16th Street. Item 1.B, special permit 12190 to amend the existing exterior campus signage plan to allow temporary banner signs up to 500 square feet, not covering more than 30% of the architectural elevations for 1 year after installation on property generally located at Bryan East, 1535 South 52nd Street. Item 1.1C, use permit 24008 to amend the existing exterior campus signage plan to allow temporary banner signs up to 500 square feet, not covering more than 30% of the architectural elevations for 1 year after installation on property generally located at 3901 Pine Lake Road. I will note that Planning Commission members did receive a staff memo dated January 7, 2025, identifying revisions to these 3 staff reports to the Bryan Medical Center campus sign plans under special permit 1020J, special permit 12190 and use permit 24008. Next item is item 1.2, special permit 2149A to amend special permit 21049 Abbott mining permit and continuous soil mining excavation of topsoil for the next 3 years on property generally located half a mile east of North 70th Street and a quarter mile south of Arbor Road, and this is final action. Item 1.3, special permit 24039 to allow for the Dinkins Accessory Dwelling Unit, ADU, on property generally located at 13131 West Rokeby Road, and this is also final action. Are there any ex parte communications to be disclosed on these items?
No.
Are there any ex parte communications that took place or additional information you learned while visiting these sites to be disclosed?
No.
If there is anyone wishing to speak on these consent agenda items, please stand and state the item.
Okay, we do not see anyone here that would like to speak on the consent agenda items, so we would now entertain a motion on the consent agenda.
I would move that we approve the consent agenda, including the memo that we received for allowing illumination on 1.1C, 1.1B, and 1.1A.
Second, Fight.
Campbell,
Yes.
Cruz,
Yes.
Ebert,
Yes.
Edens,
Yes.
Fight,
Yes.
Ryman Yost.
Yes.
Motion approved, 6-0.
Okay, there are no requests for deferral and no agenda items scheduled for public hearing on today's agenda. At this time, anyone wishing to speak on an item not on the agenda may do so.
I move that we adjourn.
Second, Fight.
Campbell,
Yes.
Cruz,
Yes.
Ebert,
Yes.
Edens,
Yes.
Fight,
Yes.
Ryman Yost.
Yes.
We are adjourned.